All right, today's exercise we are going to create a building, and the building is going to look something similar to this. I know this is incomplete. I haven't finished it myself, but for part one, we're going to create something similar to this, and we're going to use the Follow Me tool. We're going to use components to kind of get a good handle on that. And I just want to kind of give you an idea of what we're going to be creating. So I'm going to move this off to the side. Let me move this and go ahead and open up a blank file and so that you can work alongside me. And remember, you can pause and play again as you see fit. Okay, so I'm going to start with a cube, and I'm going to make sure that we're not going to deal with dimensions specifically. We can always adjust it at the end by scaling it out, but I do want to make sure that it's in feet, right? So make sure that it's not in inches. If it's very small, it's going to make it hard to do some of the smaller, minute details. Pull it up a little bit, okay? And what we're going to do first is we're going to get the base and set up the steps. And let's go ahead and create guides. And click on the tape measure. And if you click on one edge and then pull it out, you can pull it out to whatever dimension you want. Let's say, and that's going to be up to you, but I'm going to just put, I'm going to click on it, and then I'm going to put 2 and then feet. You can see in the bottom right hand corner I wrote in 2 feet, and then I hit enter. And actually, let's do that. That didn't work. 2 feet, enter. And then I'm going to click on this side, and then I'm going to enter 2 feet, enter. And now I've made guides at the 2 feet marker. And from here, let's go ahead and make one more guide. I'm going to click right here, and you can kind of eyeball it, but let's go up. Let's go back maybe right here. Okay, so something like that. Have your guides set up, and then you're going to use the pencil tool. You're going to use the pencil tool, and you're going to click on the edge right here, and you're going to go up. You can kind of eyeball this as well. Bring it up, and then use your push-pull tool and pull it up like so. Okay, and so go ahead and do that. And then what we're going to do is I want you to use your pencil tool and click right here from the end point onto the line, move it over to that end point, move this over like so, use your push-pull, pull it down, do something like that. And then from here, what we're going to do is, well, we could do it a few different ways. Let's push this out. We're going to push this out just a little bit, and we're going to click on this arc tool right here, and we're going to click on this point, click on this point, pull it out, not all the way, but close. And then I want you to push this down, okay? And now we're going to make some steps. So what we're going to do is, unfortunately, actually, let's use the pencil tool, and let's just draw a pencil line from here to here. That way we can use the arc tool and create steps a little bit easier. So I'm going to push this down just a little bit, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my offset. I'm going to click right here, use my offset tool. I'm just going to go in a little bit, push it up, click back and just click on highlight just this arced line and repeat this process over and over until you get some steps. Okay, so I'm clicking on the line using the offset tool like so. And great. So now we have some steps, and we have that. That's looking good. Oops, excuse me. Now, what I want you to do next is let's go ahead and we want to pull this out. Actually, there's not enough room right here, so I'm going to push this back just a little bit, like so. And what I want you to do next is I want you to use the pencil tool, and I just want you to go along the edges, like so. Make sure it's straight. And when you do that, I want you to use the push-pull tool, push-pull tool, and you can pull this out like so. And you can continue to pull this one out as well. And I'm going to click on this and just drag it to this face. That way they're even. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click and I'm just going to delete these lines right here. That way when I use the push-pull tool, it's all one segment. And let's go ahead and make this to this point. Let's pull this out all the way to this point right here. So I'm going to click on this and I'm going to just drag it down where it says on face. That way I know that this edge comes down to this point right here. Okay. And I'm going to push that down just a little bit. Something like so. And then what we're going to do, you can kind of see that there is a little bit of an arc right here for the balcony. Let's go ahead and arc this just a little bit. Put off to the side, pull it out, and then, Control Z if that doesn't work. And if that doesn't work, you can just click on the eraser tool and getting rid of these. Okay, so now what I want you to do is I want to get some trim around. You can see if I can zoom in on right. You see this trim or crowns molding or whatever you call it. We're going to do that around the edge right here. So to do that, we're going to use the Follow Me tool. And what I want you to do is click on the Square tool, and I want you to make, that one's kind of hard. You're going to make something that's perpendicular, right, to this edge right here. And then when you do that, you can zoom in. And I'm going to just lower this just a little bit so that it's kind of even right here. And what I'm going to do is just make a pattern using the pencil tool. Right, and the pattern is going to be up to you. And I'm just going to delete it. Right, so now I can use the Follow Me tool. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click up top. I'm going to click right here. I'm going to click on my Follow Me tool, and now it's going to go around the whole building. Okay, so I have a Follow Me tool, and you can see it added a nice trim to it. Okay, now after you get that, what I want you to do is we're going to make a balcony right here. And to do that, let's go ahead and just kind of section off one part of the edge. Yep. And I'm going to zoom in. And I want to make sure that it's nice and straight. Like so. And then what I can do is I can use my push-pull tool, push that up, like so. And then what we're going to do with this is we are going to click on this point right here, okay? And we're going to copy and paste, Control C, Control V, or you can go up here to edit, copy, edit, paste, right? Edit, copy, edit, paste. And what we're going to do is we're going to make the balcony here. So I copied and pasted. I'm going to use the push-pull tool. I'm going to pull it up a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the eraser tool, and I'm just going to click on the edge here to open that up. Okay? And from here, I mean, we can color this in at the very end, but just for this one, just for the heck of it, under materials, if we go to a translucent, color it in some sort of translucent color. Right. And then to get this, to get your balcony back, what you're going to do is you're going to triple click, or you're going to rope it all. And when you rope it all, you're going to click on the move tool. And what I want you to do is I want you to click on this corner point right here, and then I want you to, once you click that corner point, I want you to zoom in and attach it to this corner point right here. You see how it kind of sticks to that and it says endpoint? You drag it right over there, click on it. Now you've placed your balcony in just the right position, right? And if we wanted to lower it, we can always lower it by deselecting it and then bringing these down a little bit, right? But let's, we can leave it like that. That's all right. And the next thing we're going to do is I want you to, let's go ahead and make the trim for this top part right here, okay? So it's the same manner in which we did this, and you can choose the design you like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a square and pull it down. And from here you can tell that it's perpendicular to this. I'm going to use the pencil tool, and let's say I do an edge, add an angle, something like that. And then I'm going to use the eraser tool, delete it. And then now from here I'm going to click, highlight this top, and then go to the follow me tool and click on it. Now I've created a nice little trim for the top. Okay, now this concludes part one, right? I'm just doing this just to break it into sections. We'll start off part two from this section right here, and we'll get into creating columns using the component tool, creating some doors and some windows.